Well, I'm going to call the meeting to order. And 2.1, adoption of the agenda for the December 12th, 2017 regular meeting of council. We have a recommendation, and Councillor Torgerson, yes.
I'd like to, if I may, under item 11, new business, add a thank you note, please.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Seconded by Councillor Blanchette. All in favor? Carried. And agenda 3.1, adoption of the minutes of the previous regular meeting of council. Recommendation that the minutes of the November 28, 2017 regular meeting of council be adopted as presented. Motion please, Councillor Reimer and Councillor Torgerson. Are there any errors or omissions? And I'm told that the corporate secretary corrected a spelling.
Liaison? Is that what you call it?
No, there appears to be a resolution that, I don't know if it got carried through from last year, resolution number 420. It's talking about the meeting schedule, and it's talking of the period of January 10, 2017 through December 12, 2017.
1 second here. Oh, so it's just the year is incorrect. I'll correct that. Apologies. Thank you.
Okay. But I just wanted to say from January 9 to December 11, 2018 is the date used there.
My resolution was just incorrect.
Okay. All right. Okay. So are there any further errors or omissions? Hearing none. All in favor as corrected. Carried. Agenda item 6.1. The Royal Canadian Legion Military Service Recognition Book. And the recommendation is that staff be directed to place an ad in the Royal Canadian Legion Military Service Recognition Book. Ad cost will be the same as last year. Motion, please. Councillor Blanchette and Councillor Salt. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. There is no motion required for the reading file. Is there anything that council wishes to bring forward? Councillor Reimer?
Just had a question. The check stops that are done here along the highways with these people checking the boats that are coming in, is that what they're doing, looking for some of these vessels as well as other things?
Yes, Councillor Torgerson.
Yes.
So essentially, this is just requesting for more of that on a continuous basis, and how effective is that, do you know?
Councillor Torgerson?
We have yet to find any in our local waters, Kinbasket, Saddle Lakes, Cranberry Lake, or the marsh. And this check stop here is our first line of defense. Unfortunately, that doesn't prevent introduction to Moose Lake.
Okay. But I have seen the activity along the highway where vehicles and the boats are pulled over and being inspected. So, Councillor Salt.
I do know, I did also see some of the same kind of boat inspections happening in Alberta as well.
Yeah.
Last time I was traveling through that direction, so.
Okay, good. Okay. Anything further? Anything further? No? Okay. We'll go on to administrative reports. 8.1, Hillside Drive, proposed subdivision referral to the Village of Valemount. And the recommendation is that this report be received. Blanchette and Salt. Is there any discussion? No? Hearing none. All in favor? Carried. 8.2, BC Rural Dividend Grant, that staff be directed to apply to the BC Rural Dividend Program to support the development and implementation of the new year-round operations of the Visitor Information Centre, Municipal Office. Councillor Reimer and Councillor Salt. Any discussion? Hearing none? But yes, Councillor Torgerson.
I was waiting for the question.
Oh, okay. All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 9.1. Village of Valemount Bylaw Notice Enforcement and Adjudication Amendment Bylaw, number 777/2017, that the Village of Valemount Bylaw Notice Enforcement and Adjudication Bylaw as number stated above, be given third reading. Okay, Torgerson and Salt. Any discussion?
I have one.
Councillor Salt?
Just notice that there's a few times where it's not correctly labeled as bylaw, notice, enforcement, and adjudication bylaw. Sometimes it's saying just enforcement and adjudication bylaw, sometimes bylaw enforcement, so just make sure that the actual name of the bylaw is consistent throughout the bylaw.
Okay, the corporate secretary made note. Anything further? All in favor? Carried. 9.2, Village of Valemount Fees and Charges Amendment Bylaw number 778, 2017. Motion to adopt, please. Torgerson and Blanchette. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. 10.1, council reports. I'm going to start again with Councillor Torgerson.
On the 4th, I had a board meeting of the Valemount Community Forest Company. On the 5th, a committee meeting with Tourism Valemount. On the 6th, I had a collaborative meeting with, or gathering, I guess, of the North Thompson Valley Tourism Association and Destination BC. It was a kind of a 3-hour meeting on what's working, what's not working, identifying projects, constraints. And then at 3:30 that day, I attended the lantern lighting ceremony with the Robson Valley Support Society. That's my report.
Thank you very much. Councillor Salt.
I actually have had a quiet council-related 2 weeks. I've been otherwise occupied with my job full-time, so I wasn't able to get away for some of those events.
Okay. Thank you. Councillor Reimer.
December 4th, Valemount Community Forest meeting. And December 7th, a housing committee meeting, and request from the that arises out of the housing committee meeting is if we would be open to directing our building inspector to kind of prepare a cheat list, perhaps, of requirements that people would need to adhere to if they wanted to do a secondary suite in their homes, so that would be readily available if somebody was thinking of that idea.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Shepherd, do you know if we've got anything like that? Is it in our zoning or development bylaws?
Secondary suites, as far as building code, Mr. Schneider would be the one to speak to.
Okay.
I can certainly ask him if you have that available, or you can put it on our website.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Good. Councillor Blanchette.
I too attended the housing committee meeting, gave a brief rundown of the meetings that I attended at UVCM that had to do with housing.
Well, I participated in a teleconference call with Susan Yurkovich, and she is the president of the BC Trades Council. I just know that it's under the Council of Forest Industries as well. And that was all of the mayors in the north central part of British Columbia with respect to the negotiations with the U.S. government and the softwood lumber dispute. And there are 4 commissioners who all voted in favor of it's the International Trades Commission. However, it's really the U.S. Trades Commission. It's not international. And they all voted in favor of the U.S. forest industry. So they are appealing it, and we will be having another call either the end of this month or the beginning of January. But I did ask her if there was anything that we, as the mayors, could do as one entity. She said it was a very good question and she would get back to us. Because I can recall 2002 or 3 when I wrote a letter to President Bush and New York Times came to Valemount. So, you know, if we all wrote President Trump and we all signed the one letter, who knows what we could stir up in favor of our people. So, and also I want to commend Gord Peters and Marion Plummer for their activities again to get the beautiful tree lit and the celebration of Santa Claus coming on a fire truck and the children from the elementary school singing Christmas carols. I attended that and it was very well done, and the weather cooperated with everybody this year. Okay, and I attended the Chief Elected Officers Forum last week, and I'll give a report to Council in the new year. Okay, good, thank you. And I would ask for a motion, please, that the verbal reports provided by Mayor Townsend and Councillors Blanchette, Reimer, Salt, and Torgerson be received. Okay, Reimer and Blanchette. Any questions of anybody? All in favor? Carried. I shouldn't be going back, but I just wanted to say that the one facilitator, in fact, it was a lawyer, who was asking mayors from other municipalities about their meetings, and I felt sorry for some of them. We're very, very fortunate here. Some of the words that went up, like sarcasm and arguing and political, and so I'll put, I don't know if I'll put that in my written report, but I just thought I would mention it to you. And I want to commend this council for being respectful. Thank you. So agenda item 12.1, projectile file tracker. Recommendation that the project file tracker be received. Salt and Torgerson, yes.
Item 11, your worship, new business.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm looking here and it says nil. Sorry. Please go ahead.
If I may, your worship, the Mr. Fellmark is retiring from the tourism board due to personal reasons. I'd like to have council support in drafting a letter of thanks for his many years of service to the village of Valemount. And Mr. Fellmark, as we all know, is a founding member of that board. And so I'll move that, please.
Okay, so moved by Councillor Torgerson and seconded by Councillor Salt that the Village of Valemount prepare a letter of thanks and recognition to Peter Fellmark for his contributions. Okay, all in favor? Carried. Now, agenda 12.1, recommendation that the project file tracker be received. Okay, Torgerson and Blanchette, is there any discussion? Questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. And 13.1, calendar of events for December 2017 and January 2018. Motion, please. Oh, no motion required. But is there any question that council might have? None? Okay. 14.1, public comments. Is there any public comment with respect to items considered by council as part of the approved agenda? Hearing none. Agenda item 15.1, notice to proceed to an in-camera meeting. In order to consider one item as per section 91K of the Community Charter to discuss matters related to negotiations and related discussions respecting the proposed provision of a municipal service that are at their preliminary stages and that, in the view of the council, could reasonably be expected to harm the interests of the municipality if they were held in public. Salt and Torgerson. All in favor? Carried. Wow.